Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of the Dragon Age Origins. Alright, we finished the Fade last turn, so let's finish off this Circle Tower quest now. We're really close to the end. First thing we want to do, since we just got out of the Fade, loot Niall's body. So on Niall's body, he has the Litany of Adrala. This item has a unique power. It is only useful in the upcoming boss battle. You can see the game adds it automatically to your quick bar. If your quick bar's full, you'll have to add it yourself, but make sure you do, because you definitely want easy access to it for the upcoming fight. Now, Win also gained a level up, so let's actually deal with that real quick. I feel like she needs more Magicka. Yeah, just pump that up. Ah, nice. We could get improved herbalism, I suppose. I actually want someone to have a survival, so I'm going to grab that for her for now. And down here, we will grab... I think we'll start these glyphs. I want the glyph of paralysis, and I want the glyph of repulsion in particular. So let's grab that for now. Oh, I messed up somewhere. I think... Oh, I must have hit the X instead of play. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do this again. There we go. That's it. Done. There's your glyph of paralysis. I've out of health potions. This could be an issue for the upcoming fight. But I didn't realize Win had such bad equipment. I don't know. I think the upcoming fight is actually not too bad. The one we just had with the... Is that better? Not really. I think the one we just had with the Sloth Demon is probably a little harder. But I don't know, they are different fights, so it's a bit hard to compare them like that. These don't have stats. She doesn't need any of these. Huh, maybe I just don't have better equipment for her. I figured I'd have picked up some mage stuff in the travels through the tower, but apparently not. Okay. I guess she'll rock out with what she's got then. Awesome, health poultices, need those. Oh yeah, I don't have any of those in my health bar. What don't I use? Don't need walking bombs since I've got this one. I don't really use mana drain. I'd actually rather just chug health potions, so I'll get rid of that for now too. So I'm going to move all this across. You can go there. There we are. Okay. Perfect. Hopefully, don't need them, but I get the feeling we're going to. So, let's head out here. Nice band. I could actually give that straight to Win, because I know she doesn't have any rings. And that gives cold resistance. There we go. I do see there are some enemies coming up ahead, but we'll see how that goes. The Legend of Cullenhead, Chapter 2. We haven't had Chapter 1, but I'll read this anyway. With the allegiance of Al Murthin, Cullenhead began his rise to greatness. Some of Murthin's allies also pledged allegiance, but most thought him foolhardy. A boy commoner was to lead them and become king. Over the years that followed, however, Cullenhead would prove himself worthy of Murthin's trust. With each victory, he won over more men to his command, and his reputation as a man of honour spread. Eventually, during his campaign against the lowland Benorn, he met his most infamous friend and companion, the vaunted warrior Lady Shayna. Cullenhead married the famously beautiful daughter of Murthin, Meryn, and his firm belief in the ways of the Chantry became the staple of his court. In a time when the Chantry was still new to the lands and courts following Andraste held the majority of the power in Ferelden, Cullenhead began to solidify the nation as one in line with the other nations around it. This piety eventually won over to the Chantry those faithful in Ferelden who had been waiting for such a leader. With Lady Shayna at his side, Cullenhead was unstoppable, and by 542 exalted, the war for Ferelden had come down to one final battle against the collected forces of Simeon, Turn of Denerim, and the most potent nobleman in the land. Callan had persuaded the Circle of Magi to come to his aid, as well as the Ash Warriors, and in the Battle of White Valley he famously defeated Turn Simeon and united the nation. During the battle, Simeon nearly killed Calenhad, but Lady Shayna intervened and took the wound for him, slaying Simeon. Calenhad was crowned king in Denerim that year, with Meryn as his queen, but he spent much of the months that followed nursing Lady Shayna back to health. King Calenhad's Ferelden was peaceful for a time, with the Chantry spreading quickly under the king's guidance. Everywhere the king and queen went, they were surrounded by cheering crowds. The common folk celebrated Calenhad as one of their own who had achieved the impossible, and trade opened up with many outside lands for the first time in Ferelden's existence. But, as with many such golden ages, it was not to last. From The Legend of Calenhad by Brother Heron, Chantry Scribe 810 Blessed. Cool, interesting history of Ferelden there. Pile of books. That is a codex update. Extracurricular studies, it looks like. If space is your excuse, I will surrender my quarters. If it is about money, I will hire the appropriate people. I will not graduate another student, ignorant of weapons that any ditch digger can shove into his ribs. We teach them to append ridiculous glamours on parade arms, but they don't know simple steel. That is criminal. Enchanted Bergen. I forgot about that. You also get a codex entry for the Listening of Adrala, so let's have a look at that. Adrala of Varantium dedicated her life to the study of blood magic, the academic study rather than the practice. A deeply pious maid, she was renowned in her day for having found a counter to every form of mind control, a defense against dreamwalkers, and even counter spells to demonic summons. Her efforts went unappreciated in her native Tevinter, however. After 3 different magisters attempted to have her killed, she fled the country, choosing to take refuge in the land of Blessed Andraste's birth. She spent the remainder of her days with the Circle in Ferelden. The Litany of Adrala disrupts the casting of mind control spells, using the litany whenever a creature tries to dominate another with magic, and it will interrupt the casting. Once the spell is in effect and a character is under the Blood Mage's power, it is too late. Yes, and that explains its role in the upcoming battle, but we'll see that in action, so I'll explain it more there. Now what I want to do is activate Spell Might. And there's a very specific reason for that, and hopefully I plan to use it in this fight. Okay, Dragonlings. Oh, I don't know if my plan's going to work. I didn't realise these were Dragonlings. It's okay, we'll see if it does. Give it a try anyway. Doesn't hurt anything to try. Oh, now I can do it. I want to use Animate Dead. Got the Codex update, by the way, for fighting Dragonlings for the first time. I don't think that worked. No, I must need to fight humanoid allies for Animate Dead to do anything. Ah well, we'll try again later. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Yeah, like I said, I didn't realise these were Dragonlings. I thought I'd be fighting humans. That's okay though. Okay, battle's over. Had plenty of chances you Animate Dead in the future, just to see what it does. Okay, War Harness and Catastays are both if you're using the Mabari, and actually the Beef Bones for the Mabari as well, so take those even though I'm not really using the dog. That looks like everything in this room. Just wait for my Magicka to kind of regenerate there. I do see there's more enemies here. Just tell me what they are. Rage Abominations. Okay. Oh, there's more. Okay, he's down. Let's try Animate Dead. Never mind. Alright, we'll do it later. Yeah, in case it's not obvious, I've never used Animate Dead before, so I wasn't entirely sure how it would work. It's kind of unfortunate it's this difficult to use though. I was hoping it would work on more things. That's right though. We'll get it to work eventually. Alright, let's check this pile of rags. Part of the problem is we aren't really fighting, I think, humans or even humanoids at the moment, so... Scrap of paper will update Promises of Pride. The call is made. We will stride out of here with pride in our step, regardless of the outcome. This is for the good of the Circle. Aldred will see to it. Libertarian Ronus. Okay. Let's check the Soldier Corpse.
This should be easy enough.
Battle Axe. Not particularly useful for me, but that's okay.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Beastman's Dagger. Plus an injury kit. Always useful. Speaking of injuries, do these guys have any? Don't seem to. Awesome.
Your command?
Probably helps that we've been in the Fade and so they haven't actually been in battle. Oh, insufficient skill. Skill issue there, Liliana. That is unfortunate. Okay, can't do much about it though. Pretty sure that one just has random loot in it, so whatever.
Ask away.
Oh, there is a shade here. And a Great of Age Demon, actually. Let's deal with that. Ouch, that hurt. Unfortunately, it's just me and Win, but Win, luckily, can revive people. I must say, the AI does like using Death Siphon, and probably is a good spell. I just always kind of forget about it. But I believe it works better the more enemies you've killed already, so it's only really good against groups of enemies. Oh, Wind's down. I actually need magic. There we go. What do you have? Penalty to dexterity. Don't really want to deal with that, so you can take that. You. Penalty to max health. Yep. Not great. And then Alistair probably has one as well. That's the cunning. Not that bad, but I have a ton of injury kits, so I might as well use them.
Ready. Okay.
Now let's see if you actually can't do this.
My friend?
Yep, you can't. Alright, never mind. If she's actually pretty close to leveling up, so if I remember, I might try again once she's leveled. But let's be real, I'm probably not going to remember. Okay.
This trick again? I know what you are. It won't work. I will stay strong.
Kellen, don't you recognize me?
Only too well. Ugh, how far they must have delved into my thoughts.
The boy is exhausted. And this cage, I've never seen anything like it. Rest easy. Help is here.
Ugh, enough visions. If anything in you is human, kill me now and stop this game.
He's delirious. He's been tortured and has probably been denied food and water. I can tell. Here, I have a skin of...
Don't touch me. Stay away. Sifting through my thoughts, tempting me with the one thing I always wanted but could never have, using my shame against me, my ill-advised infatuation with her. Ugh, a mage, of all things. I am so tired of these cruel jokes, these tricks, these...
So as you can probably tell, he's got some unique dialogue because we met him in our origin story, and also because I'm female, actually. This is no trick. We're here to help.
Silence! I'll not listen to anything you say. Now be gone! Still here. But that's always worked before. I close my eyes, but you are still here when I open them.
Makes you wish you hadn't said all those things, doesn't it?
I am beyond caring what you think. The Maker knows my sin, and I pray that he will forgive me.
There's nothing wrong with liking someone.
It was the foolish fancy of a naive boy. I know better now. But why have you returned to the tower? How did you survive?
I defeated everything in my way. Now it's Aldred's turn.
Good. Kill Aldred. Kill them all for what they've done. They caged us like animals. Looked for ways to break us. I'm the only one left. They turned some into monsters and... there was nothing I could do.
Where are Irving and the other mages?
What others? What are you talking about?
Irving and the other mages who fought Aldred. Where are they?
They are in the harrowing chamber. The sounds coming up from there. Oh, Maker.
We must hurry. They are in grave danger, I am sure of it.
You can't save them. You don't know what they've become.
I am a mage too, Callan.
But you haven't been up there. You haven't been under their influence. They've been surrounded by blood mages whose wicked fingers snake into your mind and corrupt your thoughts.
His hatred of mages is so intense. The memory of his friends' deaths is still fresh in his mind.
He suffered pain and anguish like few have had to endure. That and his lust for revenge have confused the issue.
Do not presume to judge me, mage. I am thinking clearly, for perhaps the first time in my life.
Yep, so here you can make a choice. If you sided with Wynne earlier, that's fine. You can decide to turn against the mages now. I believe if she's in your party, she will attack you at this point though. You can avoid this, and I'll show you how in a minute, but I am going to side with the mages. I'm a mage myself, so it kind of makes sense. I want to save everyone who can possibly be saved.
Are you really saving anyone by taking this risk? To ensure this horror is ended. To guarantee that no abominations or blood mages live, you must kill everyone up there.
I should also say it's also very understandable, the perspective Cullen's taking, because he has just been tortured by blood mages for who knows how long. I'd rather spare Maleficarium than risk harming an innocent.
Thank you. I knew you would make a rational decision.
Rational? How is this rational? Do you understand the danger?
I know full well of the dangers of magic, but killing innocents because they might be Maleficarum is not justice. I know you are angry.
You know nothing. I am thinking about the future of the Circle, of Ferelden.
It isn't as bad as you make it out to be.
I am just willing to see the painful truth, which you are content to ignore. But what can I do? As you can see, I am in no position to directly influence your actions, though I would love to deal with the mages myself.
Good, then you won't cause any trouble.
My cage is Aldred's doing, or one of his mages. Once they're dead, I will be free.
And then I will also decide what to do with the others.
No one ever listens. Not until it's far too late. Maker turn his gaze on you. I hope your compassion hasn't doomed us all.
Okay, so Cullen will just stay in his weak cage there. Now what I wanted to point out, I forgot to say it when we started the episode, but let's actually head back. If you want to side with the Templars but want to keep Wynne as a companion, you can do that, but you have to do a very specific thing, which I'm just going to show you now quickly. I also plan to show you the fight if you side with the Templars using one of my other characters, but just in case I forget about it, let's do this. Okay, so in this central room, you can, for the first time since you entered the Circle Tower, change your companions. And if you remove Wynne from your party, and then go and talk to Alistair without her, then she won't attack and she'll stay with you. I believe there is a conversation when you get back to camp though, where she expresses her disapproval of your actions, but she'll remain with you and keep helping. I'm going to keep Win over Morrigan though, just because her healing spells are useful. Okay, time for the final battle, I believe. I still have Spell Might active. I think I'm just going to leave it active. It does make my spells stronger. And I do have Pendevillarian potions if I need to top up. So let's head up to the Harrowing Chamber. Interestingly enough, where this all began.
Do you accept the gift that I offer?
Ah, look what we have here. I remember you. Irving's star pupil. Aldred didn't think much of you then, and I certainly don't see your appeal now.
I think I'll just kill you if that's alright with you.
Fight, if you must. It will just make my victory all the sweeter.
Don't forget the litany. It will thwart Aldred's attempts to control the mages and win this fight for us.
Yep, and Win is exactly right there. So you see that there's 3 mages tied up on the floor, including Irving. If Irving dies in this battle, then you have to side with the Templars. Gregor doesn't give you the choice at the end. If Irving survives, then you can choose whether to join the mages or the Templars. Alright. Let us deal with this. And I'll show you when it happens, but he's going to attempt to control the mages, and when he does, that's your chance to use the litany. If you've got Win in your party, she will tell you, she will shout out when he's doing it. Yep, there you go. And there, Win says, litany, use it now, and these circles appear around one of the mages. So all you need to do, click on the litany, and it will cancel that control. If you're too slow, then the mage will turn into Abomination and join the fight. As you can see, 3 chances, and Irving will be the last one he attempts to turn. Oh, Leliana's already down. I might actually revive her. Actually, Leliana's a bit too close to the fight for my liking. Let's back up. I was wrong about the number of mages, there's more over there. I didn't see them, but we can still use the item power and cancel it.
Let's make this quick.
That's really unfortunate, I actually froze Win there. Didn't want to do that. It's okay. Probably should have done this with Leliana sooner. Put potions in her hotbar, but it's okay.
Weapons at the ready.
Yeah, unfortunately Alistair has been taken out. There's Leliana's level up though, that's nice. But Alistair's been taken out, which means I don't really have anyone to tank Aldred's hits anymore. Okay, he's using that again. So as you can see, as long as you keep an eye on when to use the litany, this battle is not too hard, even though my companions are certainly getting knocked out pretty quickly. The litany does have a quick cooldown, but he doesn't use it in fast enough succession for that to really matter. Oh, mana drain, that is irritating. Sweet, and he's down. Now the other mages automatically die. I'm not entirely sure why the game does that, but it does. Let's loot Aldred.
This should be easy enough.
And if you still hear that combat music, that's because I haven't revived Alistair, who's over here. Need to get closer. There he is.
Nothing like a brush with
On
death
it.
to make you not like death much.
Okay, so now we need to talk to First Enchanter Irving. Before I do, I'm actually going to deal with Liliana as level up. Boost her cunning. She's rather low on that. Which is probably why her lockpicking is still not great. Now she has a few good things here. I want to get lethality. Lethality is really good for any rogue because so I'll get Deadly Strike this level up. Really good for any rogue because it means that they use cunning instead of strength to determine how much damage they do. And since rogues usually have much higher cunning than they have strength, always good to get. So we'll focus on getting that for Liliana for now. I'm actually going to ignore Irving for a second.
Maker.
Never mind, I can't.
I'm too old for this.
Irving, are you all right?
I've been better. But I am thankful to be alive. I suppose that is your doing, isn't it, Win?
I wasn't alone. I had help.
I was surprised to see you standing there. But I am glad you have returned. The Circle owes both of you a debt we will never be able to repay. Come. The Templars await. We shall let them know that the tower is once again ours.
I'd like to look around before we leave.
All right, but please hurry. Gregor should be informed of what happened here as soon as possible.
Okay. I didn't forget about those locked chests, so I'm going to go open those real quick with Liliana, see if she can do it now she has slightly higher cunning.
Are you ready to leave yet? We should tell the Templars about what went on.
He's not going to let me
here.
go downstairs. Okay, yes, we should go now.
I'll need you to guide me down the stairs. Ugh, curse whoever insisted the Circle be housed in a tower.
Irving? Maker's breath. I did not expect to see you alive.
It is over, Gregor. Aldred is dead.
Aldred tortured these mages, hoping to break their wills and turn them into abominations. We don't know how many of them have turned.
What? Don't be ridiculous.
Of course he'll say that. He might be a blood mage. Don't you know what they did? I won't let this happen again.
I am the Knight Commander here, not you.
So you can either side with Cullen, or I believe either of these other two choices, if Irving is alive, will lead to you siding with the mages. I believe order has been restored to the Circle.
We will rebuild. The Circle will go on, and we will learn from this tragedy and be strengthened by it.
We have won back the tower. I will accept Irving's assurance that all is well.
But they may have demons within them, lying dormant, lying in wait.
Enough! I have already made my decision. Thank you. You have proven yourself a friend of both the Circle and the Templars.
And what about the Darkspawn? I require aid.
I promised you aid, but with the Circle restored, my duty is to watch the mages. They are free to help you, however. Speak to them.
And what will the Templars do?
For now, I will have to oversee a sweep of the tower. There may be some survivors, and we should do our best to tend to them. Please excuse me. And Irving, it is good to have you back.
I'm sure we'll be at each other's throats again in no time.
There we go. So that is the Circle Tower quest.
Here we are, the tower in disarray, the circle nearly annihilated. Oh, it could have been much, much worse. I am glad you arrived when you did. It's almost as though the Maker himself sent you.
The Blight drove me here to seek aid.
The least we can do is help you against the Darkspawn. I would hate to survive this, only to be overcome by the Blight.
What about the tower? Don't you have to stay here?
We will do what we can for now. But if the Blight spreads, the tower itself will be lost. Stopping the Blight is more important. You have my word. As first enchanter, the Circle will join the Grey Wardens in the fight.
Irving, I have a request. I seek leave to follow the Grey Warden.
When we need you here, the Circle needs you.
I appreciate the sentiment, Irving. But the Circle will do fine without me. The Circle has you. This woman is brave and good, and capable of great things. If she will accept my help, I will help her accomplish her goals.
I would be honored to have you join me, Wynne.
You were never one to stay in the tower when there was adventure to be had elsewhere.
Why stay when I can be of service elsewhere?
Then I give you leave to follow the Grey Warden. But know that you always have a place here. There is much to be done here, and I must go. You must forgive me for not being a proper host.
I understand. Till we meet again.
When the time comes, we will stand beside you.
There we go. So, Mage Sympathizer. That is the achievement for siding with the mages. If we have a look at my profile, there it is there. Sided with the mages and Broken Circle. Sweet. I think... it's secret, it doesn't tell you. It's okay. Got +7 for Wynne. I think that's for telling her that we're honoured to have her with us. We'll have a look at our Codex entries. See if we've got anything new there. There's a couple. Creatures, we got Dragon. Oh, that's for fighting the Dragonlings. Dragonlings. Newly hatched dragons are roughly the size of a deer and voraciously hungry. They live for a short time in their mother's lair before venturing out on their own. The slender, wingless creatures are born in vast numbers, as only a few ever make it to adulthood. Again, not entirely sure why they were in the tower, but that's fine. And the Pride Demon. That is what Aldred became, a Pride Demon. Let me explain what it is to face a Pride Demon, my friends. You may scoff and say that our talents exist only to face mages, but you will encounter demons often. They will be summoned by Maleficar and bound to do his bidding, and while at times they will be forced into the possession of a host, they will also face you in their true form. A powerful opponent indeed. Do not underestimate it. Pride is powerful and intelligent. When we have encountered one in its true form, its most common attacks are bolts of fire and ice. Fire they will use to burn an opponent, and the magical flame will combust anything you wear regardless of make. Ice they will use to freeze an opponent in place. Be cautious, for they enjoy employing this against warriors in particular. More than one group of Templars has made the mistake of attempting to overwhelm a Prime Demon and suffered the consequences, believe me. And if you think that having the aid of other mages will assist you, you are wrong. Pride Demons can render themselves immune to magic for short times, and are adept at dispelling magic that is cast upon you, as much as we Templars are able to disrupt spells. Think on that for a moment, my friends. Be wary of how prideful you become, lest you find too much in common with such a fiend. Transcript of lecture given by Varen, Templar Commander of Tantivale, 686 Steel. Okay, and First Enchanter Irving was updated just to say he survived and plans to rebuild. Awesome. That is everything there. Okay, let's have a look around. There's a couple of things I want to check, so I might be back in a second. Okay, well what I was hoping to do didn't work. I just wanted to see if with the few extra points of cunning Liliana could open those chests upstairs. She couldn't, so I don't think I showed you any of that. Alright,
Alistair,
now that we're
what's
down here,
this?
what we're
It's a
going to do
sock.
first, actually remove
It's
the
a
Litany of
filthy
Andrala.
sock. How did it find?
It has absolutely no purpose and I think has been removed from your inventory as well.
Find its way to my bedroll.
Maybe
Okay, here I
right.
am with my dwarf commoner again. We've just defeated the Aldred. So let's go and talk to Irving, see how else this conversation can go.
Oh, Maker. I'm too old for this.
Irving, are you all right?
I've been better. But I am thankful to be alive. I suppose that is your doing, isn't it, Wynne?
I wasn't alone. I had help.
The Circle owes both of you a debt we will never be able to repay. Come. The Templars await. We shall let them know that the tower is once again ours. I'll need you to guide.
Irving? Maker's breath. I did not expect to see you alive.
It is over, Gregor. Aldred is dead.
Aldred tortured these mages, hoping to break their wills and turn them into abominations. We don't know how many of them have turned.
What? Don't be ridiculous.
Of course he'll say that. He might be a blood mage. Don't you know what they did? I won't let this happen again.
I am the Knight Commander here, not you.
If you spare even one blood mage, we may regret it later.
I know. And I would do anything to prevent this atrocity from reoccurring.
Colin is right. There is no way of knowing if any of us are dangerous. I will do what I believe is in the best interests of the Circle, as I have always done. I hereby place my life and those of these mages into the hands of the Templars. Do what you think is necessary.
Very well. I will send a report to the Chantry. They will undoubtedly have plans for you. For now, we should deal with your wounded.
We still need to discuss what you promised.
We will discuss that in a moment. Cullen, take these mages away and watch them carefully. Make sure they get the healing they require.
But they...
They will receive healing. I will have no more blood on my hands. Now go!
What will happen to the mages?
The Chantry will learn about this soon enough, and the Grand Cleric will be the one to decide their fate. We will form the Circle anew upon the remains of the old, and we will not make the same mistakes twice. Wynne, I am sure you were instrumental in bringing peace to the Tower, and you have always been a respected member of the Circle. The Circle will be in need of a first enchanter. There is none other more suited to this position than you. It is yours, if you will accept it.
Ah, Gregor. You only picked me because all the rest of the senior mages are either dead or otherwise incapacitated. But I cannot accept this offer. I wish to teach and to learn, and I will not spend the rest of my life tiptoeing around the Chantry. I would, in fact, prefer to remain in the company of the Grey Warden, if he will have me.
We could certainly use a talented mage.
I was at Ostagar, and we failed. This will not happen a second time. The Darkspawn must be taken down, and I wish to be there when it happens.
Are you sure you will not reconsider? The Circle needs you.
There is hardly a Circle left to speak of. I will return to the Circle when Ferelden is safe, if I can.
You will be a valued member of this group when.
I suppose nothing I say will change your mind. Very well. Join the Grey Warden if it pleases you. As for you, I am grateful for what you have done, and I did give you my word that we would aid you in your battle against the Darkspawn. I intend to honor my promise to you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Once we have secured the tower, my men and I will make our way to battle. After all, we still have not heard from Denerim, and the Darkspawn threaten all of Ferelden. It falls to me to decide what we must do. The Templars, out of duty and gratitude, will stand with the Grey Wardens.
Yes, we will defeat the Darkspawn together.
You must excuse me. There are loose ends to be tied up, and the Chantry must be informed that the situation here is under control. We will meet again soon. Till then, may the Maker watch over you.
There we go, achievement unlocked, Annulment Invoker. Select my party
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so at the end of it all, if you come to this point and decide to side with the Templars and against the mages do go into captivity rather peacefully. And there you have it. And this way, Wynne still does join your party.
Socks are sneaky like that.
So come out here. Now you'll see Lothering has been destroyed. This happens once you complete any of the main quests. So Circle Tower, Orzammar, Redcliffe, or the Brazilian outskirts. Once you've completed one of those, you can no longer visit Lothering. Now I do want to travel somewhere. Let's just go to Lake Callanhead. Yep.
I bring word, sire. There are demands from the Banorn that you step down from the Regency. They are said to be gathering their forces, as are your allies. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. I also have an interesting report. There seem to be Grey Wardens who survived Ostagar. How, I don't know. But they will act against you. I have arranged for a solution, with your leave.
The Antivan Crows send their regards.
An assassin?
Against Grey Wardens, we will need the very best, sire.
And the most expensive.
Just get it done.
Okay. So, we got a codex entry for that. That is for Zevran, the assassin we just saw. Oh, and Rendenhal got an update, I think. I don't know if that's his first codex entry. It actually might be. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. The Arling of Amaranthine winds along the sinuous northeastern coast of Ferelden. The Waking Sea is known for its temper, and the storms that sweep in from the warmer northern waters are sudden and brutal. These are the lands of Rendenhal. He was born during the occupation, and like many of the nobles at the time, joined Prince Maric's rebels. He fought alongside young Bryce Cousland, future Turn of Highever, and Leonis Bryceland, future Arl of the South Reach, at the bloody Battle of White River. It was the most catastrophic defeat of the entire occupation, from which only 50 rebel soldiers escaped alive. Although he was decorated for valour by King Maric, Howe's abrasive manner have earned him almost universal dislike among his peers. Logan McTeer got an update. His actions sparked a civil war. Logain's supporters found themselves fighting their neighbours who blamed Logain for the death of the king, as well as those who simply wished to take advantage of the power vacuum. And then Zevran was the one I actually came in here for. The Crows send their regards. Between the Tevinter Imperium, Ravane, and the Free Marchers sits the nation of Antiva. Although it possesses few natural resources of its own, Antiva's location makes it a centre for trade in the north, and the capital, Antiva City, is the wealthiest in the world. Antiva has virtually no army. The monarchy is too weak to support one. Most Antivans would be hard-pressed even to name the current king, as the true power lies in the hands of a dozen merchant princes, each with a personal army, and each locked in a constant struggle for power against all the others. Anyone would think, then, that Antiva would be ripe target for invasion by one of her neighbours, but even the Canary leave Antiva alone for one very good reason: the House of Crows. The most efficient, most feared, and most expensive guild of assassins in the world calls Antiva their home, and their reputation alone defends the borders. There we go, so Logain has now hired the Antivan Crows to assassinate us, so that's nice. I'm sure that will have no consequences in the future. Now that we've finished, well, firstly the Circle Tower, but honestly any of the main quests, where there are a bunch of overworld encounters that we can get, and I'm going to try and trigger them. So that was the first one. That one's guaranteed.
Tell me.
I think
It's
there are...
done.
Yeah, perfect. I was hoping. So there's a love letter in here. That just updates this. I don't know which ones I've read. My dearest Virginia True Royal, regarding bodice ripped, enclosed the 7 silver and my most heartfelt apologies for said bodice. I would blame the cold ocean spray, the loss of my favourite shirt, the bucking of the stallion, or perhaps the strain of maintaining all such elements while sitting for a portrait. But I was certainly not myself. I hope you will forgive me and not take it upon yourself to find your own determined way in this world. Yours, Sir Reval Grassman. Cool. Sweet. Just wanted to do that.
What shall I do?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of overworld encounters now when you move around the map. I'm going to try and trigger most of them, just to get them out of the way, and kind of as you know, the ending to this episode. See what we can do. But that does kind of mean I am just going to be going around random places. But mostly I'm going to go between Flemeth's Hut and the Lake Callanhead docks, because I don't want to visit a new place while I'm doing this. I'd rather save that for when we actually intend to explore that new place. Yep, here's one. Okay, let's see what this is.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
Okay, so we've got some stranded travellers. Let's see what this is about. Right, so those consequences I mentioned, they are happening right now. Now, take her out first because she is a mage, so she can be extremely annoying if you let her live. But there are a lot of fighters here, so, there you go, she's down. The other one I'm going to deal with quickly is Zevran. Actually, what I might do is, target him with Walking Bomb. There we go. Didn't even knock Alistair out, which is awesome. Right, that kind of helped a lot. There are plenty of archers around though, so even once we deal with Zevran, there's going to be more enemies to fight. What is that? Mark of Death. Suffers additional damage from all attacks. Okay, that's annoying, but it's not Mark of Mortality at least. Okay, Zevran's down, and let's keep going. Now there are plenty of traps here as well, so it could even be worth grabbing Liliana to disarm. Except my own stupid character activated it. That's okay. Kind of just doing this for the extra experience, you might as well. And the archers by themselves aren't really that big of a threat. And of course you can always wait till after all the enemies are dead before doing this, but that's fine. We'll do it now. You can see there are a lot of traps around here. Still an assassin up on the ridge. I think that's all the traps. No, there's a leg hold one here. Go.
Right ahead.
And last assassin's down, I believe. Okay, what do we do with Zevran? So you can kill him. We'll wake him up and talk to him.
What?
rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
I have some questions.
Ah, so I am to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
I'm rather happy you failed.
So would I be, in your shoes. For me, however, it sets a rather poor precedent, doesn't it? Getting captured by a target seems a tad detrimental to one's budding assassin career.
Too bad for you, then.
Yes, it's true. Too bad for me.
Why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Aren't you at least loyal to your employers?
Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
I'm listening. Make it quick.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause, so let me serve you instead.
Can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you?
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
Very well, I accept your offer.
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea?
Don't worry about it. We could use them.
Alright. I see your point. Still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
Welcome, Zevran. Having an Antivan Crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you are another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
Or maybe not.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
Okay, so new companion. Yep, so you can recruit Zevran. I'm going to stick with Liliana for now, but we'll use Zevran later. Zevran actually get a bit of disapproval for Alice. I was hoping the persuasion option would kind of mitigate that. Liliana likes it though. Yeah, so Zevran, I might use him later, and he's probably quite good for my character in particular to be using because we are a ranged character. So if we have Liliana with us, we'll read that in a sec. If we have Liliana with us, then we have 3 ranged characters with myself, Wynn, and Liliana. Always good to have a rogue, and Zevran is of course a rogue, but he prefers dual wielding, so he tends to be up in the thick of battle, which can kind of help out a bit more than Liliana might be able to, usually. Almost done in this area. We'll just loot this last assassin and then go on our merry way.
On it.
Okay. I think you can only have 1 encounter in your travel time, so we'll just get that one for now. But let's go back to Lake Callanhead. Yep, there's another. Okay, I think I know which one this is. Mage with a couple of shady thugs. Ah, Breajome. Now, if that name is familiar, it's because we have a quest for him. So quite glad we got this one. I was hoping we would. 5 pages, 4 mages. So this is the fake book that was going around the tower. One of them mentioned Bayer Joam, because he was the charlatan that sold them the fake book. So let's deal with him.
Ah, a fellow traveler of the fair lands. Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumored to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself.
Did you sell a few copies in the Circle Tower?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and neither do these large men carrying swords.
Oh,
get them!
There's a threat if I ever heard one. Awesome. Now, we did notice there is a mage up there, so I actually need to deal with him pretty much immediately. We froze each other. He paralyzed me, I froze him. So that is kind of annoying. And unfortunately, he defrosted before his paralysis spell wore off. Ooh, that hurts. Okay, we're going to try again. What I actually should do is, if that happens again, I will swap to one of my other characters to deal with them. Just skip through this dialogue here.
Rumored to be the last message to a
Okay, try freezing him. Ah, he went for fireball this time. Unfortunately, he didn't get frozen. Okay, there we go. Really annoying that Win has been knocked out though, because Win is usually my person who revives. Okay, well the mage is down, but I don't know if I can defeat all the fighters with just this character. Actually, we could try Animate Dead. I don't have Spell Might active, so let's do that. Ooh. There we go. We got a Codex entry for Advanced Reanimation. And there's my Animated Dead minion. So, hopefully he can help out in this fight. We'll talk about that Codex entry later. Okay, my minion's already dead. It's not a very good minion. But to be fair, it probably wasn't built to withstand this sort of stuff. Okay, who has the least health? Let's go with you and use that. Whew, almost knocked myself out there. Just potion in case there's more enemies, but I think that could be it.
Next.
Yeah, let's loot the body of Bayer. Cameo Cowl. Quite good. Plus regen in combat and plus cunning. Actually, I was going to say I'd give that to my rogues, but it might be a mage only piece of equipment. I didn't check. Because it was a cowl. Anyway, let's go revive my companions. There's those two. Where is Alistair? Ah, he's back as well. Awesome. So, right, a few things happened there. Firstly, we completed our quest. It has now disappeared, and it will be here. 5 pages, 4 mages. The other thing we did was get a codex entry, or a couple of them. The characters. What got here? Zevran's got updated. They showed him unexpected mercy, and in return he swore to aid the Wardens on their quest to end the Blight. Now, you could have killed Zevran. I usually recruit him, but you can kill him. Quest related. Yeah, we got this Friends of Regini quest. The task was never promised to be easy. You said you could enter the Circle Tower, and you were believed. Find the small painted box in First Enchanter Irving's office, and deliver it to the door marked in Denerim as agreed, or be prepared to find yourself hunted across Ferelden. Friends of Regini. There's a sketched map of several doors. It requires the box to be placed on it to block out false leads. Now, we actually already picked up this box. This was the box I mentioned in Irving's study, so we already have that. We just need to deliver it. Spell combinations. This is why I wanted Reanimate Dead, was to get the spell codex, because I am trying to get all of these, and these 10 are honestly some of the more annoying to get because you need certain spells to be able to do them. So, Advanced Reanimation. A skeleton ally resurrected from the battlefield by means of the spell Animate Dead still suffers from the trauma of its recent demise, and is thus not as fearsome a combatant as it might otherwise be. However, when Animate Dead is cast by a mage whose power has been bolstered by the effects of Spell Might, the skeleton rises with the might and determination of one who has been dead for centuries. This improved skeleton ally is stronger and has more abilities. So that's what we did. So to get that, you just need to have Spell Might active on your character, and then they need to cast Reanimate Dead. Which I did, although given the circumstances, the skeleton did not last long. Could be quite useful though if the rest of my companions aren't dead and it's just helping out. But as you can see, it does not take that many hits. Okay. That is it for this area, so let's keep going. I believe there are more world encounters to trigger though. So let's do this again. We'll do it one more time and then call it a day, I think. Yep, there's another one. Right near Lothering. Oh, it's this guy again. Okay. This isn't what I was hoping to trigger. We've already done this one before. Let's see this discount. I do have more gold though, so what did he have? Oh, here's different stock. The blue satin shoes. I'm actually going to buy those. They're a gift for a character. For a companion we actually have. I could have sworn... Oh yes, there it is. The Tome of Skill and Sundry. I do not have 12 gold to spend on this. But you can get this again later. I might sell stuff and see if we can get up there though. And the deep mushrooms, don't need them. Or the toxin. Okay. With that done, I'm going to get rid of the Dawn of the Dead Gods. It was useful to get the Codex Entry, but in terms of a dagger, I've already got better daggers. Like that one there's just better. So we'll sell that too, and that takes us up to 12. So now, let us talk to him and get that tome.
You have coin, stranger? The doors are marked closed off. Old Tegra can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Okay. The Tome of Skill and Sundry, a sprawling work of early Ferelden that attempts to unify many disciplines under one theory of mental capacity. Long censored by the Chantry, the book grants a greater capacity for general skills. This tome gives the reader 1 point to spend on a skill, but is rendered useless afterwards, so let's buy it. So these books, whenever you find them, they're expensive as you saw, but they are really useful. Some more than others. Once I find the stupid book. It's down here somewhere. Ah, here it is. There we go. Got the achievement Educated, as well as, well, a quote-unquote level up. That's not a true level up. That's just the only way the game knows how to tell me that I have a skill point to spend. So if we come here, we don't have any more attribute points, but we do have a skill point, which actually means I can just get Master Coercion right now, which is good, and then I can start focusing on some of these other skills. The other thing we are going to want at some point is actually to get 1 point in Stealing. We need that to get a quest in the future, but for now I'm just going to get Master Coercion, finish off that skill tree. Cool, done. Skill point spent. Alright, don't really need anything else for him, so let's leave. Yeah, at this point any of the other world encounters are random, but there are a couple of others we can trigger. So let's see if we do it this time. I believe that one with Zevran is guaranteed. Okay, no random encounter that time. Fine, whatever. It's not a problem. Okay, let's go to the party camp.
The Blight. How will you end it?
Sten apparently wants to talk. We have to fight the Archdemon.
Is that all? It is surrounded by an ocean of darkspawn. How will you reach it? If you reach it, how will you slay it? You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order.
What have you heard?
Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed.
I'm not here to impress you.
Evidently not. It remains only to see what you are here for.
Okay, Sten approves. I do find it really hard to work out what sort of responses Sten likes, because Qunari, like, their way of thinking is just so alien to basically all the other companions. Right, now that we're here, I'm going to deal with some of these gifts, because I've got a lot of them, and some of them are for companions we currently have. The small gold bar, I did mention that earlier when we picked it up. It's for a companion we didn't have yet. We now have that companion. That companion is Zevran. He likes gold. Unsurprisingly, give that to him.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
Cool. Now the painting. The painting's interesting, because you wouldn't know it to look at him, but Sten has a soft spot for paintings.
I am impressed.
There you go, plus 10.
My thanks.
And actually, we'll give him Waterstone Portrait too.
I am impressed.
There you go, plus 9.
My thanks.
I think we just updated him. Satin shoes. I believe that is for Liliana. She likes shoes. She likes shoes, but she also likes Enduaste stuff. So she's got two kind of things going on there.
Dear of
Yep,
you.
plus 7.
Thank you.
The dog, of course, likes the bone. We'll just give it to him to get it out of our inventory. These two are for a companion we still don't have. These are kind of generic ones, these three. They'll give a plus 5 flat bonus to any companion. So we could give them to people. I might actually do that just to get them removed. But this Black Grimoire, that is for Morrigan, and it is a quest-related gift. So we'll give that to her.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? Ever since we discovered the condition of the Mage's Tower, I had wondered if it might be recoverable, but I had yet to speak of it to you. How fortunate that you found it on your own. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
You're welcome.
I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
There we go. New quest, Flemeth's Grimoire. Got a bunch of approvals there, as well as improving the skills of Sten. We got plus minus strength for him. So let's have a look at our codex. We've also got the first companion quest, Flemeth's Grimoire. That's Morrigan's quest. Friends of Regini. Cool. Just kind of clear these off so they're not highlighted anymore. Come to the codex. Characters. Sten. Sten has an eye for paintings, an appreciation that might seem out of character, but is actually an extension of Qunari discipline. He respects an artist for careful composition, a skill that is as much about where the brush stroke stops as where it begins. So there we go, that's why Sten likes paintings apparently. Still not something I'd expect from him, but that is okay. Everyone is allowed to love art if they want. Alrighty. We have Emissary Petha here.
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
So this is because we have the mages on our side here, Piers. Do you need anything?
There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes.
Yeah, so you can stick runes in these supply crates if you want to try and help out the mages a bit. Alright, I think I'm going to spend a little time getting to know some companions. Let's see what sort of approval levels they're all at, actually. So, Alistair is at plus 24. I actually want him to be plus 25 of all things, so let us come into our gifts and give him a silver chain.
Oh, thank you.
Plus
That's
3.
very nice.
Takes him up to 27 warm, which is what I want. Liliana already kind of likes us. She's at 38. We'll leave that. Wynn is a relatively new character, so she's just plus 17. Dog's always plus 100. Morrigan, plus 19. Okay. Sten, plus 25 neutral. Okay. And Zevran will be new. Yep, plus 10, that's because we gave him the gold bar. Give him a bracelet, improve that a little bit. And we will improve Wynn as well with the tribal necklace.
Oh,
there we go.
marvelous.
So there's Alistair's minor constitution back. Awesome. And yeah, I'm going to just talk to these guys. I might not show you all the conversations, but I'll show you it if we gain some approval from them. So let's see how we go.
Something on your mind?
Okay, yeah, I haven't really mentioned this yet. Alistair, there are 4 companions that you can start a relationship with, depending on your gender. If you're female, you can have a relationship with Alistair. if you're male, you can have one with Morrigan, and regardless of your gender, you can always have one with either Liliana or Zevran. Kind of your 4 romance options. This is the romance option for Alistair. I'm not going to woo Alistair with this character though, so I'm actually not going to say that. I have some questions.
Of course.
What can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So couldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
So you were addicted to this lyrium?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Okay, I'm actually going to turn off Spellmight, by the way, because the glowing effect is quite annoying when you're talking to someone. You can see this blue ring around me, though. That's because I believe I still have the spell... What's it called? Death Siphon active. Yeah, it can stay active, though. That's fine.
Something on your mind? Of course.
Can you teach others to be a Templar?
Others, yes. But not yourself. I need someone who's trained first as a warrior. It's as much about discipline as anything. I guess if I'm going to give up Chantry secrets, I may as well go all the way. Send whoever you want trained to me in camp, and I'll see what I can do.
Awesome. So that is a specialization unlocked, Templar. So this is one way to unlock specializations. Some of your companions will agree to teach others how to use their specializations. And Alistair, not that one, that one. Alistair, of course, is a Templar. You can see here is the Templar spells. But now if you are a warrior, you can also take the Templar specialization once you've unlocked it from him. Once you've unlocked it in one playthrough, it'll be unlocked in all your playthroughs. So now if I were to start a new character, and they were a warrior, they would be able to become Templar from the start of the game. Or from level 7, I think, is when you can take your first specialization. But you get the idea. Right, we also got a codex entry for that, actually. Yep. Templars. Often portrayed as stoic and grim, the Order of Templars was created as the martial arm of the Chantry. Armed with the ability to dispel and resist magic in addition to their formidable combat talents, the Templars are uniquely qualified to act as both a foil for apostates, mages who refuse to submit to the authority of the Circle, and a first line of defense against the dark powers of blood mages and abominations. While mages often resent the Templars as symbols of the Chantry's control over magic, the people of Thedas see them as saviors and holy warriors, champions of all that is good, armed with piety enough to protect the world from the ravages of foul magic. In reality, the Chantry's militant arm looks first for skilled warriors with unshakable faith in the Maker, with a flawless moral centre as a secondary concern. Templars must carry out their duty with an emotional distance, and the Order of Templars prefers soldiers with religious fervour and absolute loyalty over paragons of virtue who might question orders when it comes time to make difficult choices. The Templars' powers derives from the substance of lyrium, a mineral believed to be the raw element of creation. While mages use lyrium in their arcane spells and rituals, Templars ingest the primordial mineral to enhance their abilities to resist and dispel magic. Lyrium use is regulated by the Chantry, but some Templars suffer from lyrium addiction, the effects of which include paranoia, obsession, and dementia. Templars knowingly submit themselves to this treatment in the service of the Order and the Maker. It is this sense of ruthless piety that most frightens mages when they draw the Templars' attention. When the Templars are sent to eliminate a possible blood mage, there is no reasoning with them, and if the Templars are prepared, the mage's magic is all but useless. Driven by their faith, the Templars are one of the most feared and respected forces in Thedas. From Patterns Within Form by Halden, First Enchanter of Starkhaven, 880 Blessed. Cool.
Something on your
Alistair
mind?
has anything else to say?
Of course.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna leave that for now. Then... let's talk to Wynne.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Are you alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
No, you're a person.
Ha, very funny. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
I'm sure you'll be kicking around for years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't.
Okay, well she's doing a bit of introspection
Have you
there.
encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
No, the ones in the tower were the first I've ever seen.
The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
Seeing the monster that you could be is unsettling, yes.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity. Their humanity.
If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
Okay, well, +1 approval. Okay, that's barely approval.
Irving told me about how you became a Grey Warden, and that unpleasant incident that occurred prior to your departure from the Circle.
I still wish it hadn't turned out the way it did.
That's not something either of us can alter. So, it is best to put it behind you. But that aside, you're a Grey Warden now, and perhaps I presume too much by saying this, but the Circle is proud of you.
I wonder what Irving saw in me that made him recommend me.
Do not squander this time trying to explain why Irving picked you. Accept it, and be the Grey Warden you're supposed to be. Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Okay.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
It means I've been chosen to do something important.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men. And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I suppose that makes sense.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
So, in a way, having power confines you.
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go. How wide they will become. How will they affect the pond? But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Awesome, there we go. We got minor willpower with Win, as well as updating a codex. For Win, the printed word is a window to true understanding. A scholar by heart, she feels that what a people commit to the page is sacred by definition. So there we go, that's why she likes books. I might actually end this here. In this episode here. I do think that it is worth spending time in camp talking to your various companions. We only talked to Alistair and Wynne today, but I might have to spend an entire episode here at some point talking to everyone. But yep, for today we'll leave this here. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode.